Hello to all. The information I'm about to read to you is taken from www.joyofsatan.org. Ouija boards. Ouija boards are excellent for contacting and having conversations with demons and spirits. I prefer to work the board alone, as another person is a distraction and prevents any real intimacy with the spirit contact. For those of you who are new to this, make sure the board is on a complete level surface. It is important to enter into a trance when using a Ouija board. Place your fingertips lightly on each side of the planchette. Soon it will gently begin to pull. Just relax and let it work. It can take a few minutes to get going. It is important to be free from distractions and to not be disturbed. My experiences is I sort of go into a trance, like when scrying or invoking spirits of the deceased. Everything else in the room is blocked out. My total focus is on the board. It is sort of like an hour around all of the edges of the board, and my attention is completely locked in, and nothing else outside of me exists. This is just my own experience. We are all individuals, so some of your own experiences may be different. I am finding more and more the higher ranking the demon, the more energy you will feel. I have a demon who is close to me, and last night I conversed with him using the board. I don't remember how long I was using the board. This was for quite a while. He asked me to say something specific out loud. When I did, I really felt powerful energy light up like a flame inside of me. When we have a very close contact with our invoked demons, we can feel their energy. My skin still feels sensitized like with a fever or sunburn, only no pain even this morning. Demonic energy is electrifying. Satan's energy is different, as I am sure many of you have experienced during and after rituals. It is calming and beautiful. Demons can come to us through telepathy and astral projection. It is my experience that demons project differently than humans. With humans, you can see the connecting strands, and when they leap, they snap back out quickly. Books say the cords connecting the soul to the body are silver colored. The ones I saw with one experience were copper. I have never seen standard strands with demons, but I know the higher ranking ones physically exist in another world. There are some demons who can stay with us at all times to protect us. Those demons are lesser as they are in spirit form. The more you use a Ouija board, the better you will become in working it. When we establish a close relationship with a demon, all we have to do is tune into them, and they will usually come to us. Demons are to help us spiritually advance. Each of us is individual and will have slightly different experiences in using a Ouija board and receiving messages. 1. The automatic method. In this case, the planchette moves automatically without the operator knowing what the spirit concerned is going to say. Messages in foreign language will also be received, even in languages the operator does not know and has never heard of before. If this happens, it is important to remember and to write the message down on paper. 2. The inspirational method. This is the most common. Here the messages will be given in a sort of thinking aloud inside one's mind. In this case, one particularly knows beforehand what the spirit is about to communicate. By frequent repetition, this inspiration will become a passive listening type of communication. One will perceive messages from the one's mind or from outside of the self. This is sort of like dictation, in that the words come into your mind and then your hands move to planchette. The planchette. Sorry. 3. The intuitive method. This is where you have the feeling as if you moved the planchette yourself. Any questions will be answered instantly. The planchette spells out words and sentences in full consciousness, without the operator hearing anything or being inspired in any way. The methods also can appear of a mixed kind. For example, half automatic and half inspirational, or intuitive and inspirational, or all together. Which of the methods will be the dominant one will only be known after a long period of exercising. Each of the methods is good and reliable, provided you are using it honestly and candidly. Practice makes perfect. One thing I wish to add here: Ouija boards can be open to anything and everything. It is true that some people have had bad and or upsetting experiences. Know that not all spirits are friendly or of Satan. If you happen to come into contact with a negative entity in the Ouija session and do not think and then end the Ouija session and do not think of the entity anymore. If you have a guardian demon or demoness, summon him or her and ask for assistance in getting rid of the negative entity. Normally, Ouija boards present no problem and are safe to use. No one should ever fear. In the case of a negative entity, the longer the contact, the more the entity can intrude into your role. Several Joy of Satan members have stated that they always ask an entity if he or she is of Satan. Enemy spirits will not reply back and will usually leave on their own. With performing the dedication to Satan, we have his protection as we advance in power and spiritual knowledge. This includes working with Ouija boards. As with anything else, the environment in which you are working with the board matters. Reference: Invitation into Hermetics by Franz Barton, copyright 1956. I also want to add here that it's not really right in here, but if, for example, if you're dedicated and you can communicate with spirits and all that, and if you ask if that entity is of Satan, and it replies with that entity is of Enki or A or something like that, and other names known by Satan, and not exactly referring that it is of Satan, exactly of Satan, or if it leaves, just ask for guidance, or well, not guidance, sorry, for help from Father. Thank you for listening.